Hey everyone, my name's Tiffany. This is my first YouTube video. We're going to do a very natural look today, and most of them are drugstore. There's one or two that may not be. I know a lot of you were wondering about the Shiseido Self-Refreshing Synchro Skin Foundation, so I'm going to be using that today. I'm also going to tell you about my skincare, what products I use before makeup. I'm going to show you the products that I use before makeup. So let's go ahead and get started. So when I wake up in the morning, if I showered at night, did my skincare, I will go in with the L'Oreal Hydro Fresh. I'll just take a cotton round and rub it all over my face. Kind of wakes up the skin, gets the blood circulating, and ready for makeup. The next product I use is L'Oreal Hydro Genius. It's a very thin gel consistency, and it soaks into the skin quickly. It's really great for using on the makeup. It dries quickly too. So if you're crunched for time in the morning, getting ready for work or school, it'll soak in pretty quickly. After that, I go in with the eye gel cream. This is Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream. Sorry, my words are not working today. I don't know if it's caught in the light, but I rub that under my eyes. Sometimes use this as a primer too. It's very, very hydrating. Sometimes I'll put it, other than under my eyes, I'll put it on my forehead and my chin, really dry areas. Like I said, it's like this one. It's like the L'Oreal Hydro Gel. It soaks in very, very quickly, and I like that. Where it's not really thick moisturizer, where it will take a while to dry or can kind of tend to ball up under makeup. It does not. It just goes in quickly. After moisturizer, I go in with vitamin E oil. If you have oily skin, you might not want to do this step. I do because my skin is dry, normal to dry type. And I am 43, so I have a lot of wrinkles, sun damage, dry skin, so I like my skin to be nice and hydrated before makeup. After all of that's dried, and it somewhat, for the most part, let's check. It's been about 10 minutes since I put it all on, so it's mostly dry. So we're going to go into primer. Today I'm just going to spritz my face with, I have a lot of e.l.f. products, guys. I love e.l.f. products. They're cheap and they work really well, so that's why I do have a lot. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist. It says dry skin, all these hydro products. I just kind of spritz my face. And it's ready. Especially with the foundation I'm using, you really don't need a primer. It sets itself. It does have a lot of silicones in it, so sometimes I use primer, sometimes I don't, depends, but it does last a long time. Primer, I don't find you need it for it to last longer. I mean, a 12-hour day is what I usually have, so really don't need primer with it. So I'll go ahead and get started. This is, like I said, the Shiseido. Looks like this, Self-Refreshing Synchro Skin SPF 30. It's oil free, which we already have our vitamin E oil, so I kind of defeat the purpose with that one. But it does say that it has some kind of scientific thing where it self-refreshes all day, up to 24 hours. I don't know that it does that. It does have a long wearing property. You know, it does last a long time. It looks good. It looks great throughout the day. It looks like skin. I get a lot of questions about it, and it's just a really good foundation. It's nice and fresh, natural. It's not real heavy or cakey. It can if you try to build it up too much, but let's go ahead and get started. I did get kind of a yellowy shade, so I did buy, and I found this at Walgreens. It is the Physicians Formula Shade Adjuster. I have a light one and I have a dark one. This one is for lightening your foundation. So you could just add a couple drops. If you have a summer foundation that is too dark for you now in the winter, you can add a few drops and it can, you know, go back to your regular color. You don't have to waste foundation that way. Also, if you have a darker foundation that you watered, like this one is a little too yellow, it'll take some of that yellow out. Or if it's too dark, it'll take some of that darkness out, and you can use your summer shade. But if you also have the darker, or too light, you can put the dark drops in, and vice versa. I think I just messed all of that up. But anyway, I'm going to put this in to make it lighter. So here it is, Shiseido. I'm going to unlock it. It does have a locking mechanism, and it is a pump, so I'll pump it on my hand. Okay, I locked it. 3 pumps, because I'm going to add the shade adjuster. I'm going to add 2 drops. And then I'm going to mix it up on the back of my hand just like it is now. And like I said, it just takes a little bit of the yellow out. And there is our foundation. I'm going to apply it with my fingertips first, and then kind of smear it out with a brush. I'm going to do 1/2 of my face, that way you can see the difference that it makes. And here I get no makeup mirror challenge I'm doing instead of looking into my mirror. If I get out of frame, I'll apologize. So the brush I'm going to go in with is the Real Techniques Perfecting Foundation Brush. I use the buffing brush too. I think they're almost the same. I'm just going to buff it in. I said it's a really natural finish. I don't like to disturb the products underneath it. If I had put a primer or anything, I don't like to kind of rub it. I like to just kind of pounce it in. And I do go over it with my my e.l.f. beauty sponge to make it kind of mesh into the skin a little better. Don't forget your ear and your neck. It's about 1/2. Take my beauty sponge, which is my e.l.f. beauty sponge. It's damp. And I'm going to go in and smooth everything out. Okay, I'm going to show you one side with and one side without. Foundation, no foundation. Big difference. It evens out my skin tone. It covers up redness. It covers up sun damage. It just pretty much gives you a smooth base. But it still looks natural. It's not full coverage or anything like that. I would say if most, the medium. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Same way with the brush and the sponge. By the way, I have no editing skills yet, so I am probably going to load this video as is. And then once I learn how to edit or get the editing program, I will edit videos from y'all from now on. But you get to see the uncut version of my first makeup tutorial, which is a little terrifying, but it's okay because it's all real. And then with the sponge, I'm going to take a little bit of the leftover foundation also and press it in. I do have a little bit of a breakout right here. What's great about this foundation too is it does not settle into lines. Yeah, it's just a really nice natural finish foundation. And we're just going to do an easy look today. You know, natural, easy, fresh. And this is a look I do use every day. I do use it. I have been using the Shiseido for, this is my 3rd week, I believe. I've been testing it out and I love it. So I haven't stopped using it since I bought it. Sometimes with the shade adjuster, sometimes not. It depends. I really don't think the shade is that off. I just think it is a little bit yellow, more yellow than when I am. I am more of a neutral undertone during the winter. During the summer, I am more warm. So, next in, we're going to go in with concealer. This is the Instant. This is a very favorite of everyone, I believe, is the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. Okay, the shade in the Shiseido that I have is Oak. This is in the shade Medium, I believe. So this is a new one. So I might have a little hard time opening it or clicking it. Okay, Tiff. Let me get it open. Let me come back. Okay, I am back and I clicked it up. So all you do is turn it, it clicks, it has this cool little sponge on the end, applicator. It does get a little bit dirty. It's just so easy to apply though with having this kind of applicator. So you just go ahead underneath the eye. I do like to go up here where there's darkness. I don't like the whole triangle thing. I just kind of like going where it's dark. Do a few more clicks up. And up. Down the nose a little bit, middle, forehead, on my lip, and on my chin. Oh, also when I prepped for makeup, I used some Carmex lip balm. So I'm going to take that same foundation Real Techniques brush. I know it looks all kinds of crazy right now. I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with the slightest tap. I mean, it blends out so easily. I go on top of my eye too to set for foundation. Make sure you get that little corner right here. It does brighten too. It makes your face brighter. Brighten up in the middle. All the places where the light hits. You can also use your blender to blend this out. I do like to use the foundation brush. That way some of the foundation blends in with it, whatever's left on the brush. But it blends out so easily. You can use your finger. It blends out so easily. Great, great concealer. And I find it is moisturizing too. Let me check those circles. Okay, I think I brushed a little bit of the way. Same thing, I'm going to take the damp beauty blender and make sure it is pressed into the skin. Okay, next. Sometimes I use powder, sometimes I do not use powder. If I want my makeup to last a long time under my eyes, the concealer, I do go in with the L'Oreal Hydra Perfect. Very small amount, especially above my eyelids, because if I'm doing any kind of eyeshadow, I like to take the smallest amount. So take a small concealer brush from e.l.f. You can see. Take the smallest amount. I mean, I tap that off too. Go above the eye. By that little spot I never can get. And a little bit under the eye. Tiny bit. What it is as we get older too, our concealer tends to crease in the fine lines. So, you want to set it but not bake. I never bake. I don't. It just doesn't do anything for me. It makes me look older. It makes my skin look crepey. Okay, and then I will take a little bit of powder and press it wherever I put the concealer. Sometimes on the side of my nose. But like I said, this foundation does not crease. So I'm just worried about the concealer creasing, so I don't put it really anywhere else. Okay, after powder, I do go in with eyes. I am going to use one product for my cheeks and my eyes, since this is going to be an everyday look. Sometimes I don't have time to use 3 shadows on my eye. So I think some of y'all may know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bronze my face, but I'm also going to use my bronzer before I bronze my face for eyeshadow, just to bring back some color and some depth. I'm going to take my e.l.f. crease. It's an e.l.f. crease brush. I do have a lot of e.l.f. brushes because they're cheap and they work well. They get the job done. Take it into the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which smells fantastic, by the way. And just windshield wipers back and forth, motions back and forth into the crease. And you can go as deep as you want with this. I mean, you can build it up on the outer part of the eye to add some more dimension, which I might do. You can put it underneath your eye. I do contour down my nose with it, around my forehead, my cheeks. I'm going to build it up a little bit on the outside. Whatever I do on one eye, I do on the other one. Build it up by the lashes. And that's it. I mean, I'm going to take this big fluffy brush by e.l.f. It's the Flawless Face Brush, and I use this for bronzer. Take it and just sweep it along the the cheekbones. Same thing on this other side. Bring some warmth back to the skin, forehead. If you want to do this 3 motion, if you're a beginner, just go 1, looks like a 3. Go down the jawline, go down the neck. Jawline. So you start up here, go by the cheekbones, and then jawline. Just bring some warmth back to your skin. Okay, then I'm going to contour my nose. This is an Eco Tools brush. I just like to get a precise line with it, so I do use this brush. Sometimes I use an e.l.f. brush, and I just, the closer the lines are, the smaller your nose is going to look. So if you have a wide nose, if you want to, I mean, you know, this is optional. Sometimes I just run the bronzer brush over my nose just to give it a little sun-kissed look. And then at the end, down here. And I take the brush again, kind of blend it out on both sides. Okay, still not finished with the eyes though. I'm going to go in with this Maybelline Tattoo Studio Bold Brown gel liner. This lasts all day, but it does give you time to work with it. So once you put it on, you can kind of smudge it out. It doesn't have to be a precise line. I'm never good with the precise line, except, I mean, especially since my eyes are getting older. I'm having to wear reading glasses now, so I can't see so well. Just go on top the lash line. Whoa, not like that. Not that high. And then you want to go, okay, like I said, it doesn't have to be precise. I'm going to blend it out, so good thing. You want to go up towards the brow, kind of in between the lower and upper lashes, kind of flick up, not too high because you're going to blend it out. Same thing on the other side. You don't have to be precise. And then in between, flick up. This will give your eyes a lifted look. My eyes are watery today. Not crying, just watery eyes. If that happens, just take your beauty sponge and dry it. Okay, so I'm going to take that same brush that we use to contour our eyes and just blend it out, smoke it out. Just adds a little more dimension, gives you kind of a lifted look. And again, with the tears. Not crying, promise. It's just allergies. That's what every woman says, right? Okay, if you want to put some in the waterline, you can. This is waterproof. So I'm going to put some in the lower waterline. Just to kind of give the eyes an extra smoky look at the bottom. I don't know if that was a good idea with my eyes watering. What is that? When you use this this mirror that magnifies 10 times, it's like, whoa, did not know I had that many pores. Okay, after that I'm going to take the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. Let's see, probably keep it still for a second. There we go. It's in the shade Black, and sometimes I have time to curl my eyebrows. My eyelashes, sometimes I don't. So today we are not. This is a very lengthening mascara. If you do curl your lashes, it will hold the curl because it is waterproof. So, and I made an oops, so I'm going to take the blending brush after it dries. Don't try to do it while it's wet, just let it dry. And then blend it out, blend it off. This is a great mascara though. It does lengthen. It separates too. Lengthens and separates. Well, that foundation is holding up to these watering eyes, I'll tell you that. Okay, and then I'm going to take the blending brush again with the butter bronzer and go under my eye on the lower lash line. Same thing on the other eye. We are almost done. Still tears coming down. Okay. After that, we're going to do some blush. This is a very easy to apply blush. It's the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush. It is the color Soft Rose. It's got a very unique texture, but I just go in with my finger and I just put on the apples of my cheeks. I have mascara on my finger. Okay. And you guys get to see all this uncut, great footage. I mean, my first video. Love it. Okay, once I get the mascara off my hands, I'm gonna come back and finish the eyebrows and the lips. Okay, eyebrows. I like to, okay, I use the CoverGirl Soft Brown. It has a spoolie on one end and a really fine micro tip on the other side. What I do is I brush them up. My eyebrows are really crazy right now because I've been letting them grow for a year and a half. I do trim them and pluck some spots, but not too much. I'm trying to get back what I had before I started waxing too much when I was younger. and it's not as easy as I thought. Okay, I just noticed that I still have that mascara. It's dried down by now. I'm going to go ahead and blend it off. And it is away. I'm going to take the micro pencil and I'm just going to fill in the sparse areas. I do not like that boxy shape that we can give our eyebrows sometimes. I mean, I know my eyebrows are crazy right now, but I don't like to fill them in too much in the front. I mean, maybe a couple of little flicks, like here. And I do have like a gray hair or two there to fill in, but I just like to kind of fill. I do have a bald kind of patchy spot right there. Just fill in where the hair is growing back, where it's not completely grown back. I like to fill it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I like it to look natural and feathery. Okay. A lot of days I don't do my brows. Most days I don't do my brows. I just brush them up with a clear brow gel, or just brush them up after setting spray, and I'm done. And the tears are still falling. Okay, I have this e.l.f. Here we go again with e.l.f. The Wild Brow. It is a tinted brow gel. It's in brown. It does have some fibers in it, so if you do have full brows and you just need to have them stay in place all day, you will just need this. You won't need the pencil. But I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit. I like to take the excess off of it and then go in, comb them up. Set the little baby hairs in place. I do like the ones that I don't want sticking up, I do put them down. Same thing on the outside. Hairs that are up, I'm going to brush down again. Okay, and for lips, all I do is this. I have like 5 of these. The e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss. It does have a little bit of a plumping property. Very natural. It has a little bit, it's not intense, it doesn't burn bad. You can feel it, like it's almost like a peppermint kind of feeling on your lips. But it just gives you a natural little sheen. Has a little bit of color. It's in the shade Mocha Twist. Like I said, I repurchased that a bunch of times. I am going to do something I don't do every day. This is the Estate Pearl Do Me highlighting powder. I'm going to take this little brush I got from Ipsy. I think it's Farrah. And I'm just going to put a little bit. It's a baked blush. I mean, a baked highlighter. I don't know if it's catching. Let's see if we can swatch. It's got a pink tone to it. I'm just going to put a little bit. I say just a little bit, but once I start with highlighter, yeah, I'll start putting it everywhere. Top of the brow here. A little bit on the nose. Cupid's bow. A little bit on the chin. A little bit on the forehead. It's really pretty though. I haven't used this in a while. I used it when I first got it, which is a while back, a couple months ago, and now I'm using it again. Oh, and you can also do the inner corners of your eyes with a smaller brush. It just kind of wakens the eyes up. This little part here. opens them up, I should say. Not wakens them up, opens them up. It's very subtle too. You kind of have to build it. So if you don't want a whole lot of highlight, you can just go in with that. I'm going to go back in with this e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist for my finishing spray, and I am finished with this natural look. If you find this is too oily or stays too wet looking on your skin, which I really haven't had a problem with it, it kind of just melts all your makeup together and then dries. You can go back in with your beauty sponge after you feel like it's dried down all the way and kind of pat out where it's too shiny. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the finished look. Like I said, I wear it every day to work. I wear it to church. I wear it whenever I'm going somewhere. Sometimes I'll add lashes for date night. Sometimes I'll add a shimmer on my eye. But we'll have plenty of videos, and I'll share plenty of more videos with you guys. But I'm very excited, and I hope you like this video. Thank you. Be blessed. Bye.